This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Well, I was waiting for this documentary to come out, and this was all on the Fyre Festival. If you guys remember everything that happened with this, basically things spiraled out of control when Billy McFarland and Ja Rule, who were co-founders of Fyre, actually tried to plan this huge concert in the Bahamas in Exuma, Great Exuma, and they just weren't prepared for the people that were supposed to come. It was a very high-end event. Prices for these villas that the people were promised and this luxurious event just actually ended up being a disaster for
There's
people.
a place in the Bahamas called Exuma?
Great Exuma. Exuma, it's an island.
I bet you the weather's
And he said
dry
that it
as
was
hell there.
Pablo, I think he said Pablo Escobar used to own it. That's what Billy McFarland was promoting it as. So as everybody tried to go to Fyre Festival, things went left, and the people who were working on the festival from behind the scenes talked about how they were running out of money and how it just was impossible to pull it off in the amount of time that they needed. In particular, one man, Andy King, he's an event production planner from New York, talked about how Billy McFarland, who was his boss, wanted him to get this $175,000 custom fee waived. Here was the plan.
We had 4 18-wheeler trucks filled with Evian water. And of course, Customs had said to Billy and the gang, you need to pay us $175,000 in cash today for us to release the water. Billy called and said, Andy, we need you to take one big thing for the team. You're our wonderful gay leader, and we need you to go down. Will you suck to fix this water problem?
What?
And I literally drove home, took a shower, I drank some mouthwash. I'm like, oh my gosh, and I got into my car to drive across the island to take one for the team.
Wow.
Don't threaten Andy with a good time.
He was really,
wow.
Is that crazy that he really thought that he was going to have to do that and was ready to do it?
Okay, listen.
Wow. Let me hear this. Let's hear this. Go ahead. What you gonna say?
Billy asked Andy a question.
Correct.
He gave him a choice. He told him what the situation was.
Okay.
He told him what he needed to do to handle the situation. Andy was ready to do it. I don't see the problem.
Would you do it?
I don't think anybody's boss should ask them to do something like that.
You didn't answer.
I agree with that, but he did.
Sounds like that's a crime.
Andy decided that he wanted to do it. He gave him a choice. How is that a crime?
Would you
He
have
felt
done
the
it?
pressure. That's crazy.
You didn't answer again. Go ahead, Yee.
I'm not even entertaining this.
I'm just asking a question.
Well, one thing that touched people's
He asked
hearts
the
was
question.
one woman
I'm
who
asking.
says that she ended up having to pay over $50,000 from her own savings, or her entire savings.
Hold on, now did Andy suck the penis or what?
No, he didn't.
Is that all you care about?
Okay, I'm just saying.
He didn't end up having to do it because they had a good conversation and they said you could pay after.
Firehead.
Fire. It's fire.
Fire.
Fire. No R. Fire.
That was Duval said. That was Duval talking about the firehead.
Oh my goodness.
All right, now one thing that
You're
touched
so
a lot of
kiddish.
people was a woman who lost her whole life savings, $50,000. She was feeding festival workers and fans that were stranded on the island, and she said that Ja Rule should pay her because the festival was a disaster and she never got paid. So just imagine she owns this restaurant. She's feeding these workers out of her own pocket, thinking that she is going to get paid after the fact, and it never happened. Marianne Roll said this.
I feel from the bottom of his heart he is sorry, because I don't know if he was aware of the pain and hard work that I went through, because, he was in the front line of everything. If he's sorry, he should be donating something to me, because sorry is more than a word, it's an action. I would hope he donates $100,000 so I can bless some hurting folks here in the Bahamas who has worked all so hard.
Ja Rule, if you don't get down there and perform always on time, if you don't get down there and throw a free concert immediately, you and Ashanti better do Foolish and What's My Name and all that other good stuff immediately.
Well, the fortunate thing is that she has raised almost $200,000 in a GoFundMe to get back.
So she got her bread back.
Yes. Now, after this documentary, people saw it and felt bad because just imagine she's trying to do the right thing and now she lost everything.
Scan through that GoFundMe right now and see if there's a Jeffrey Atkins that has donated a
Stop
little
it.
change.
There's people gonna
They
stop
actually
it.
did look to see. Now, Ja Rule took to Twitter.
Did my guy Ja donate?
Did he donate?
So far, it didn't seem that he had.
Ja! What are you doing?
Now, he was on Twitter. He said, I love how people watch a doc and think they have all the answers. I had an amazing vision to create a festival like no other. I would never scam or fraud anyone. What sense does that make? And you still don't know ish. And, people are telling him he should have been charged too. And he said, it'd be your own people. And then he said, Hulu paid Billy. That money should have went to the people in the Bahamas. Netflix paid Jerry, which is a company that also did all the promo for the festival. The docs clearly had Billy at fault, but let's blame the rapper, LMAO, okay.
Did Andy get paid, though? And what
Actually,
exactly-
Andy
get
didn't
paid?
end up
Pay
getting
Andy.
all his money. To be truthful, he
Okay.
discusses that as well.
Yeah, how did he get his money and nobody else got paid?
I said he didn't.
Oh, he didn't. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't get their full money. Nobody did.
I just love
okay.
how Billy told Andy, you got to do a big favor for me.
Now, Ja Rule said,
Hell,
I
you can't.
I
never
didn't know it was gonna
made
be big.
or got paid $1 from Fyre, but everyone else did. I, too, was hustled, scammed, bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray.
I believe that. I believe he was bamboozled.
Somebody
I
making a lot of money
I
off
don't
this
think he
Fyre
knew.
Festival
wouldn't
now,
have. I
though.
don't think he would have did that on purpose.
Well, Billy's in jail.
Well, somebody making money off these documentaries. I know
Yes,
that much.
they are. Netflix and Hulu.
Yeah, but somebody got to have the rights to it. They can't just make these documentaries.
You
They
can't
paid.
make
They
that-
just said
yes,
they
you
paid all
can.
those people.
Where they get the footage from? The footage had to come
Well,
from
you know
somebody.
what? They
They paid
said there
those
was
people.
definitely, if you watch the documentary, there was definitely an insider who was recording things and phone conversations, and they had a whole website dedicated to what was going on behind
That's
the
what I'm
scenes
saying.
that only a top-level executive would have known about.
Oh, so they knew it was going to fail.
Somebody got
then.
paid. Somebody that was involved with that Fyre Festival got paid for these documentaries.
And I do believe with
course.
with one of the documentaries, one of the companies that was involved in the festival actually also was involved in producing it. So yes. All right, I'm Angela Yee, and that's your rumor report.
for the record-
All that to say, you guys should watch the doc.
And all that to say, Andy can get a job anywhere.
Why?
Because he's willing to go above and beyond the call of booty to get things done.
Fyre. It's Fyre.
Bye.
Fyre. No R. Fyre.
Bye. Bye.